Hey, what's up, Sound Off crew? This is Dan French, and this is the Sound Off. Talk a lot about what's going on here in Las Vegas, everything Las Vegas. You know what this channel's about. And I just want to say there's a very interesting article, a lot of articles I look at and read about, and really want to discuss in my topic of what I think is happening here in Las Vegas, also across the country. A lot of this in this channel is about what's going on in Las Vegas, also real estate and lending. I am a realtor out here, and also I want to tell you guys that if you guys are looking to go and find a house, this is a great place to get started, which is LV Home Professionals. This is a great website, has a lot to offer, a lot of reduced prices. You click on some of these properties, as it brings up a lot of good information here you can see. So I really highly recommend going there and get started if you guys are looking to buy a house. But what's going on here in Las Vegas is people are always talking about, is this going to crash? Are we going to go through a crash, or maybe a recession, or whatever you want to call it? Well, consumer purchase sentiment came out. This is a recent index that came out, and 17% of respondents on that sentiment, when you look at all facets of buying a home, which is interest rates, where's the price of homes at, home affordability, and then you look at inflation, and can people really sustain a good living in this environment right now? I think it's just really, all sectors were on fire. Inflation, inflating, higher rents, higher mortgages. So I wouldn't say it's the best time to buy. And that's a good reason why you're seeing this sentiment, the lowest it's been in a decade. Now, sellers, also what we've seen, because I'm listing homes right now, I've got a couple on the market that have been sitting there, right? That $400,000 to $500,000 range, sitting there for now a week and a half, 2 weeks, only maybe receiving one offer. I've seen a price reduction across the board on a lot of these properties. So again, that fear of missing out and what people are thinking of missing out on these houses is now gone. You have a lot of homes at your fingertips if you're out there buying a house. And so this is good for buyers. It's not good for sellers. If you look at sellers, they've dropped 76% of sellers saying it's a good time to sell, is now just 67%, which is still good, but you missed that peak time 4 or 5, maybe 6 months ago, where if you were listing your house and you sold your house, you could really write your ticket for whatever you want. So fast forwarding to today, I think a lot of people, the problem with the housing market here in Las Vegas is that still home affordability is tough. The upper middle class buyers that have money are going to get into these homes, but you're looking at a lot of these buyers that were maybe pushed out of that market. FHA buyers are now coming back in. A lot of townhomes that were being sold. Now people have the ability potentially to buy a single family residence home. But you think about the psychological, this is the impact it's had on people. It's really not a good one, right? A lot of people still feel that they're just not going to buy into this market. All-time rents, you've seen prices come down. You've seen some of these, some of the prices as far as reductions, and a lot of homes come on the market. Inventory is now there, but still, people have to get back in the swing of things. They have to kind of really, reset. Look at this and say, okay, rates have stabilized, the housing market stabilized, everything feels good or stable, stabilized. But again, you have inflation still high, 8%. It's come down a bit. So a lot of this is all just about timing. Has everything stabilized? Are we going to continue to see mortgage rates come down? Which I hope we do. We've dropped a point on the 10-year Treasury yield. So this is all good information that we're seeing. It's just not quite there where people are back in the market and they're full swing of things. Now, I've seen a lot of activity happening recently where you're starting to see people come back in slowly, though. It's not like a huge, we see rates come down, boom, everybody's back in. Now, I do want to bring up that we have inventory is starting to slow down. There was a period where I feel that 5-6 months ago, everybody was getting what they wanted for their house, whatever they put it on the market. And then once rates went up, everybody was rushing to put their property on the market to try to get that high price. And now that they see that this is kind of, run its course, people aren't so fast listing their home anymore. They know they're not going to get top dollar, and that these homes are sitting on the market. Days on the market is, although it's not increasing here in Vegas as much, it's still 17 days. Across what I see on the MLS, Some properties, a lot of properties are sitting on the market and seeing a lot of price reduction. So let's go over here. Just want to bring this up really quick. As I predicted, you look at $465,000 for a home right now. That's the average median price home for single family residents month to month. This is for the month of July. And, look at new listings. We're talked about this. We were going really fast here, and now we're seeing a decline. This last month we've only saw come on the market new listings is now under 5,000, even though we are over 10,000 for total properties available to purchase. Homes for sale still keeps going up, right? It's not saying that, but look at this huge increase in such a short window. And then if you talk about days on the market, we're at 12 days. Well, the average days on the market, like I said, is about 18 days. So again, we're seeing positive signs, but this thing has to take its course, and a lot of people out there with the home purchase sentiment and a lot of the data is saying that people are starting to adapt to what's happening in this market, but it's still going to take time, and we're going to hopefully see more buyers start to trickle into this market. I give 2 to 3 weeks, you'll start to see more of an influx of people really coming back in the market. August is typically a slower month anyways. Everybody's going back to school for kids, things like that. So if you guys have any questions, like I said, reach out to me. LV Home Professionals is a great place to get started. Also, check out my other channels, LV Crib Tours, and also the French Workbench podcast. These channels are all producing information on real estate, data, all kinds of things. So thank you guys so much. We'll see you guys at the next one.